if you are in that position like I was, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I fucking got off of this shit. And I'm still off to this day. Look at my pupils. Nice and normal looking. Maybe a little tired and ugly, but that's okay. Um, and just to show y'all, I don't know if you can see that, but scars from shooting up. So, I was deep in that, deep. So what I did was I tried to get myself down to as low of an amount as possible. You know, if you're doing 3 pills a day, 10 bags a day, get yourself down to half that in a week. Use another week, get yourself down a little bit more. You want to do anything you can to lessen the storm that you're about to go through. Um, Another thing, you really want to try to get everything out of your digestive system. Um, I know opiates make you constipated, so, try to eat as healthy as you can when you're preparing for withdrawal, and of course during. A lot of people, when I was going through, were like, take vitamin B12 and shit. I mean, I don't think that shit really helps much. It might help you later once you're off, like, to get healthier. Because this is a long process, man. Like, I'm just talking about the first 7 days here, you guys. This is a process that I would say takes a year. I never went to any NA fucking rehab or any of that, so I don't know the philosophies that they follow. But I noticed that after about a year of being off, you don't crave it anymore, you don't need it anymore, and if you work real hard to build up your life during that time, you can stay away from it. Um, so, getting back to what you do when you're actually going to withdraw, you've gotten yourself down to as little dope as you can possibly do. I mean, like, you're barely feeling it, and it's time to jump off at that point. Um, when you're going to jump off, usually kicks in within 24 hours. You start that feeling. And you might get sleep that last night that you do it. So try to get the most sleep that you can because you're not going to be sleeping for a while. Or at least not very well. So if you do take Phenibut, I warn you to not take too much because it can give you an awful hangover feeling. It's a feeling that I can't describe as anything else than, it just felt like I was poisoned when I took too much of that shit. It knocked me out, but, it wasn't worth the feeling when I came out of that. Seroquel can knock you out if you can get your hands on it, and that also kind of made me feel really shitty, but, you're feeling like shit anyways. Anything to get you just through the time. It's about getting through the hours and days of having that shit out of your body. So do anything you can to sleep. And, really the best thing to do is get your hands on some Xanax or some Valium or some Klonopin, some Ambien. Knock yourself out, but, be careful. Don't fucking kill yourself. Don't take too many. You want to live through this. You are worth it. You need to just be careful when you're doing this stuff because you are doing it on your own. You don't have a doctor to help you out. I'm not a doctor. This is just my advice I'm giving you. This is just my opinion. This is, only what I did to get off. When it comes to the kratom, you got to be really careful. I would wait 2 days because, it's like you got to get that suffering behind you. You put 2 days in, and then say maybe you have to be somewhere, you have to go to work, you take a little bit of kratom just to, make that hell a little bit less hellish. And some people might say it's crazy to even keep a job while you're going through withdrawal. I find myself agreeing with that because it needs to be the most important thing you're doing in your life, and it's more important than any job. It's more important than your house. It's the most important thing unless you've got kids. Luckily, I don't. So the most important thing was just getting off that stuff. And if you got kids, you can't take care of them when you're doped up. And even if you're keeping your job, you will eventually lose that shit, man. And you're really lucky if you're hooked on this shit and you still have a job. Let's just say that. Work, there's laws in the United States has to give you time off. If you go and admit to them you're an addict, they cannot fire you. They can't use it against you, and they have to give you, I think, 3 weeks, maybe a month off of work. So take advantage of that if you can. And maybe I didn't cover everything in here. If you guys have some in-depth questions, just write it in the comments. And you know, stay up. This is possible, man. I did this shit and I was fucked up. So if I did it, you can. And good luck to you guys.